chapter entitled Mohini Murti Bewilders Lord Shiva. So, have you heard at least some description of the pastime? This how Mohini Murti, Lord Shiva was bewildered by Mohini Murti. Yes, son. सुने सुना Lord Shiva discharged semen. सुने सुना after running after Mohini Murti, Lord Shiva discharged semen. अरे सुने सुना हाँ वही चैनल हाँ okay. After that, তারপরে শোনা হয়েছে So we discuss in some of the verses. My voice is clear? So text 37. Tam abiklabam avridam. You have the verses? Tam abiklabam avridam. Alak Shaya Madhusudana Uvacha Paramam Pitro Uvacha Paramam Prito Vibrat Swam Purushim Tanum. Seeing Lord Shiva unagitated and unashamed, Lord Vishnu Madhusudana was very pleased. Thus he resumed his original form and spoke as follows. Purport. Although Lord Shiva was aghast at the potency of Lord Vishnu, he did not feel ashamed. Rather, he was proud to be defeated by Lord Vishnu. Nothing is hidden from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From He is in everyone's heart. Indeed, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Whatever happened had taken place under direction of the Supreme Person of Godhead, and therefore there was no cause to be sorry or ashamed. Although Lord Shiva is never defeated by anyone, when defeated by Lord Vishnu, he felt proud that he had such an exalted and powerful master. বেরিয়ে যাও। So when Lord Shiva, he after running after Mohini Murti, he discharged his semen, and then he could understand, when he discharged his semen fully, he could understand that how he had been victimized by the illusory potency of the Supreme Person of Godhead. So when a man is attracted by the opposite sex, so the sex impulses pushes him to enjoy, and in the due course of his enjoyment, he discharges the semen. And when he discharges the semen, he understands that he was forced by the impulses of the senses, or he is forced by the illusory energy, and thus he acts certain way. So when we try to subdue our senses, when we try to subdue our senses, the sense impulses may push us in opposite direction. In the opposite direction, and one may be bewildered, or sometime may fail. But if somebody takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and sincerely practice Krishna consciousness, then he can overcome such allurement of Maya. So the senses which is influenced by passion and ignorance along with our material desire, pushes us to enjoy the opposite sex, which is very strong in the material world. The highest pleasure of the material world is called a sex, man-woman relationship, sexual intercourse, which is very difficult to conquer or very difficult to give up. So therefore, this material world, Prabhupada writes in the purport that material existence means enjoying the pleasure of sexual intercourse. Janmaithunadi grihamedi sukham hi tuchham. So material world means sexual pleasure. So it's very difficult to conquer, very difficult to overcome. So therefore this material world, another name of the material world is Maithunagar. So everyone in this material world is shackled by the desire of sex life. So from the very teeny living entity, either birds, pig, pigeon, or a human being, or the demigods, even the sages also, the different yogis also are not free from this, from the desire of sex life. So so therefore material world is Maithunagar, the principle of man-woman relationship. So this man-woman relationship, which is there in the heart, the living entity is longing to enjoy, so that that enjoying mentality or contaminated consciousness can be purified by serving the lotus feet of spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we serve spiritual master, who is a bona fide representative of the Supreme Lord, the principle of material world get eradicated from the heart of the conditioned soul. So when one serves spiritual master, and through spiritual master we serve Krishna, when you try to serve spiritual master's mission and follow the instruction of spiritual master, his sadhana and seva, then he is get connected with the internal potency of the Supreme Lord. So external potency is kama and internal potency is prema. The spiritual master is under the direct connection of the internal potency of the Supreme Lord, Radharani or Nityananda Prabhu. So when one serve under the direction of spiritual master, then gradually he become free from external attack of Maya. Then he become fixed up in Krishna consciousness. He become fixed up in the standard of spiritual life, like 4 regulative principles, chanting 16 rounds, and devotional service. So that is called Nishtha. So Anartha Nivritti and Nishtha. So so therefore one need to practice brahmacharya. External brahmacharya means maintaining celibacy. Internal brahmacharya means dedicating our life in serving the spiritual master. So tapasya brahmacharyena samonecha damoneba. Brahmachari Gurukule Basan Danto. Danto means controlling the internal and external senses. Basan Danto Guru Ritam Acharan Dasyavat Nicho. And we act as a servant of the spiritual master. So gross sense control and subtle sense control, and then Acharano Dasyavat Nicho. Then we engage ourselves in the service of the spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada writes that if one is educated about the sex life and trained to protect his semen, he is saved from the danger of the material existence. So anyway, either one is brahmachari or one is grihastha, one has to maintain the celibacy. So the brahmachari have complete sense control, complete celibacy, and grihastha have disciplined sex life, called Ekapatni Brahmachari. So thus both are in the standard of spiritual life. So here, Lord Shiva could understand that how he is uh, uh, harassed or victimized by the illusion created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus he restrained himself. Thus he controlled himself. So when the different allurement comes, when you are trying to practice celibacy, you are trying to maintain uh, our brahmacharya, one has to understand how the senses are dictating him, how the mind is agitating him. So one has to understand the nature of contaminated mind. One has to understand the nature of impure mind. One has to understand the uh, the uh, uh, the uh, one has to understand that a how in the struggling period of Krishna consciousness, how senses and the mind and other things gives trouble to us. So in that situation, how one has to take shelter of Krishna, how one has to be very careful, that one has to understand. So Lord Shiva, he restrained himself from any further Maya. So he controlled himself, and thus uh, he saved himself from further Maya. So similarly, we has to also very careful not to increase our bad habits, not to increase uh, our uh, anarthas, not to increase our anarthas, and taking uh, right solution based on devotional service. So thus, we'll gradually will become free. Some diseases are strong, some diseases are little light. So, so especially like losing the semen or masturbation, these problems may take little time. But uh, if we sincere and always find our connection with spiritual master, our accountability to spiritual master and Krishna, then gradually we'll become free from that. So obviously we have to have very nice strong sadhana and association of great devotees, association of good devotees. So that will make us free. So Lord Shiva understood it, and thus Lord Shiva could understand his position, that of the Supreme Person of Godhead, who has unlimited potency. Having reached this understanding, he was not at all surprised by the wonderful way Lord Vishnu had acted upon him. So, so when Lord Shiva was Lord Shiva understood that how he is bewildered and victimized by the Supreme Lord and his potency. So immediately he understood his position. He understood that how Supreme Lord, he is so powerful and he can victimize me also, he can bewilder me also. And therefore, understanding this Lord's supreme potency and his power, so Lord Shiva was not at all surprised. Lord Shiva was not at all surprised. Rather, he felt proud to have a such exalted master. seeing Lord Shiva so generally Lord Shiva is the uh, is the head of all the demigods. Lord Shiva is the head of all the demigods, and he is the husband of Maya. So in one sense, he is the conqueror of Maya. So Maya cannot builder Lord Shiva, and he is the head of all the demigods. So that Lord Shiva was victimized by the beautiful form of Mohini Murti. So that shows the potency of the Supreme Lord. That shows that the Supreme Lord, how he is all powerful. He is the master of Lord Shiva also. So Lord Shiva, who is best among the demigods and who conqueror of the Maya, he was bewildered by the Mohini Murti, and thus that shows that how the Supreme Lord have so many multifarious potency, and he can bewilder anyone. So understanding such great potency of the Supreme Lord, Lord Shiva became very happy. Lord Shiva became very happy that how his Lord is so powerful, how his Lord is so how his Lord is so powerful, and how his Lord is how his Lord is performed many different uncommon pastime. So seeing Lord's uncommon pastime, so Lord Shiva was very happy. So he never became ashamed or never felt anger. So generally, if some great personality is defeated, if some great personality are defeated, so either they become depressed because they are defeated, or they become very angry, so they want to revenge, like Duryodhan, Hiranyakashipu, like when Hiranyaksha was killed, so Hiranyakashipu want to take revenge against Lord Vishnu. Similarly, we can see many politicians, when they are defeated, they lose the election, so they want to take revenge back. Similarly, we can see Jarasandha, when Kamsa was killed, so he want to take revenge. So they don't surrender. They don't surrender to the superior. They don't surrender to the Supreme Lord because they are situated in the false position. They are intoxicated by the false ego, being a supreme. So therefore, when the defeat comes, they are not able to accept it, not able to take it with the right consciousness. But here Lord Shiva, although he was the head of the best among the demigods, he is the master of the material creation. When he was defeated, he was never felt anger or depressed. Rather, he was very, very humble and feeling proud of being a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That was Lord Shiva's consciousness. That was Lord Shiva's position, and therefore he was fully in his original Krishna consciousness. So, because Lord Shiva, he is aware of his position and the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Indra, Lord Krishna went to heavenly planet, And Satyabhama requested Lord Krishna to take Parijat flower. And Lord Krishna, to satisfy Satyabhama, took the whole tree, and that agitated the wife of Indra. And wife of Indra, what is the name of Indra ka wife? Wife naam ki? Tochi na? So she pinched Indra. See, Krishna came from the ground floor and came in the second floor and taking our tree. So Sachi is pushing Indra that see this Krishna of earthly planet came to the heavenly planet and taking our tree. So go and fight with him. So Indra, being a servant of his wife, handpicked husband, so he went to fight with Krishna. Can you imagine? So some day before, Indra was defeated by Lord Krishna. Krishna lifted Govardhan hill. So just not so many days passed. So because Indra, but after some, that also Indra committed similar mistake. So because Indra is intoxicated with the sense gratification of wealth and women, and having a high post, he was intoxicated in the false in ego and in chargeship, and therefore he was not able to digest. He is not able to digest Krishna's interfere in his life. So therefore when Krishna took away, Indra start coming to fight with Krishna. So similarly, when we commit some mistake, Krishna want to rectify us. And when Krishna want to rectify us, many times we are not able to take the rectification, and we feel anger against Krishna. We feel anger against the devotees or spiritual master who is trying to rectify us. Understand my point? So because we are not situated in the servitorship, we are not situated in the servant platform, because of our false pride or false ego, so we are not able to take the rectification. We are not able to take the punishment. So therefore, further purification does not take place. But here, Lord Shiva, although he was bewildered, he was harassed by Mohini Murti, but he understood that how Supreme Lord, his potency is very powerful. How Supreme Lord can bewilder anyone and everyone, and therefore he surrendered himself fully to that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So thus became situated in the eternal position of servant of Vishnu, and seeing such surrender position, surrender platform of Lord Shiva, humble, unagitated, unashamed, not being angry and depressed, that why I lost, why I was not able to overcome. So when Lord Shiva understood that he was defeated by the Lord Vishnu, he was very happy, because he understood that my Lord is so powerful. So he was proud to be defeated by his master, because his master is glorious master. So so thus Lord Shiva was in right consciousness, and seeing her spiritual and devotional position, Lord Vishnu was very, very pleased. Seeing Lord Shiva's unagitated and unashamed, Lord Vishnu, Madhusudana, was very pleased, and thus he resumed his original form as and spoke as follows. So Lord will resume his original position in front of us when we'll pass this test of being free from false pride. So Lord can give us success, and in our successful position, if we can remember Krishna and offer the credit to Krishna, then we'll pass the test. So this is first test Krishna gives, giving a success. Second test Krishna will take, giving you defeat. So in that defeat, if you can remember Krishna, and do not take the defeat seriously, what is the use of success and failure? Ultimately, remembering Krishna is the success of life. Taking shelter of Krishna is the success of life. That is my original position. My position is not some post and being successful in that particular post. My position is the eternal servant of Krishna. So therefore, the Pandavas, they were defeated, but they were always conscious about their original position as a servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna. Therefore, in both the situation, when they have kingdom and when they do not have kingdom, they were not disturbed. So if in both the tests we pass, then Krishna will show his original loving form. So Lord Vishnu, he resumed his original form. So he was standing in front of Mohini Murti in the form of Mohini Murti, but when Lord Shiva exhibited such a surrender, then Lord Vishnu, he resumed his original form and spoke as follows. Text 38. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Drishtaya tam Vibuddha Shrestha Swam Nishtham Atmana Sthita Yanme Stri Rupaya Swairam Mohito Opi Agna Mayaya Angamaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead says, O best of the demigods, although you have been amply harassed because of my potency in assuming the form of a woman, you are established in your position. Therefore, may all good fortune upon you. Since Lord Shiva is the best of the demigods, he is the best of all the devotees. Vaishnavanam yatha Sambhu. His exemplary character was therefore praised by the Supreme Person of Godhead, who gave his benediction by saying, may all good fortune be upon you. When a devotee became a little proud, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, sometime exhibited his supreme power to dissipate the devotee's misunderstanding. After being amply harassed by Lord Vishnu's potency, Lord Shiva resumed his normal, unagitated condition. This is the position of the devotees. The devotee should not be agitated under any circumstances, even in the host reverses. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, Jasmin Sthito na dukkhena gurunnapi vichallate. Because of his full faith in the Supreme Person of Godhead, the devotee is never agitated, even the greatest trial. This pridelessness is possible only for the first class devotee, of whom Lord Shiva is one. So nice purport by your devotee Srila Prabhupada. So Lord Shiva, because he was established in his original position, So Lord Vishnu became very happy and he resumed his form and blessed Lord Shiva, saying, "May all good fortune upon you." So, so when somebody practice devotional service and become situated in his original position as a servant of Krishna and free from the false pride, Lord become very, very satisfied, very much satisfied. So he bless the devotee. And if Lord bless his devotee, if somebody is blessed by the Supreme Lord, there is nothing remain to achieve in life. If somebody satisfy the Supreme Lord or the spiritual master, there is nothing remain to achieve in his life. So when we satisfy Supreme Lord and his representatives, we become satisfied. And our all desires goes away. So sometimes devotees are falsely proud because of false ego and passion and ignorance. So if they do something good, they become very, very much proud that I have done this. Kartaraham iti manyate. Ahankara vimuratma kartaraham iti manyate. So they don't understand that by the mercy of Krishna, everything has taken place. Or Krishna being merciful, he have given this credit to me. Sometimes devotees get some higher responsibility or the post, and being situated on that higher responsibility and the post, they become puffed up and they don't respect their subordinates. Or sometime they exploit their subordinates. Sometimes disciple become achieve certain post and position in their life, and they become so falsely puffed up, they forget the blessings of their superior or the spiritual master. Like Indra was falsely puffed up and he disrespected Brihaspati, and eventually he lost his kingdom and he has to be very humble. So so the point is that one has to understand that without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, without the mercy of superior or the spiritual master, we cannot achieve something tangible in our life, something pure or great in our life. Even if we do something great in our life, we lose it. In the other words, one has to understand that one cannot achieve anything good or great without the sanction of the Supreme Lord or his representatives. So person who do not understand it, he takes credit. He thinks that I have done this all. So that is called Jorovidya. So Jorovidya or material education influences us to feel, to be like that. So Jorovidya mayar বৈভব তোমার ভজনে বাধা অনিত্য সংসারে মোহ জনমিয়া জীব কে গরে গাধা. So, so when we have some skill, some degree, so we may also feel proud and 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 being uh, feeling that I am great. So, uh, but unless one is advanced in Krishna consciousness, unless one is advanced in the path of devotional realization, is in ignorance, is in certain level of ignorance. So, so therefore, one need to understand that one's original position and how Lord and how without Lord mercy, Lord sanction, one cannot achieve anything. So thus a devotee is always humble. So when a devotee is not humble, Lord, we feel being compassionate, compassionate on that particular devotee makes that devotee humble. So here Prabhupada is writing, when a devotee becomes little proud, the Supreme Lord sometime exhibited his supreme power to disappear the devotee's misunderstanding. What is that misunderstanding? That I have done this. And because of me, everything is happening. So he do not understand Lord mercy and does not depends on the Supreme Lord. So he's in false platform. So after being harassed by the Supreme Lord Vishnu's potency, Lord Shiva resumed his original unagitated position. This is the position of the devotee. So devotees are always humble, either in favorable situation or unfavorable situation. So we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada how Srila Prabhupada, before going to America, he failed again and again. So he faced failure. He faced so many failure after failure. So Prabhupada trying to preach in Allahabad, but he was not successful. He was trying to make his family member devotee, but they are not at all devotee. Srila Prabhupada tried to establish league of devotees in Jhansi, but he could not make it. So his god brothers were not helping. So he was not able to serve the instruction of his spiritual master. So the point is that when Srila Prabhupada trying to serve the instruction of his spiritual master, so it's not like that Srila Prabhupada did not face any failures. He was actually, if you see, he actually failed in India, in the home ground. So in that situation, Prabhupada was feelingly praying to the Supreme Lord and begging his mercy that, my dear Lord, kindly bless me so that I can serve the instruction of spiritual master. So in his all failure, he remembered the Supreme Lord. In his all failure, he remembered the instruction of his spiritual master. So failure is not a failure if we can remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rather, every situation Lord creates so that we learn the art of depending on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is the success of life when willingly or unwillingly we learn the art of depending on the Supreme Personality of Godhead and do everything for His pleasure, and in all situations we remain in the platform of servant of Guru and Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada, when he failed in his life to serve, so he was not at all hopeless, but he was fully giving himself. So many difficulties came, many challenges came, but Prabhupada was trying to serve, trying to give his best. So therefore, all failure bring out his genuine surrender and dependency and service attitude for his spiritual master. So whatever impurity was there was no impurity obviously, but whatever was there, that all went away, and Srila Prabhupada becomes situated on fully depending on the mercy of Krishna. So Krishna wanted us to be in that platform. Krishna wanted us to be in that platform where we are fully depending on His mercy. That is our original position. So Srila Prabhupada, he faced failure after failure, but because he knows that this is service to Krishna, I have to give my best. Even I fail, I have to give my best. So therefore, in such failure, he was not hopeless. In such failure, he was able to remember Krishna, and thus he was always hopeful. And then, by Krishna's order, his Guru's order, when he went to America, because he was fully dependent on Krishna. If you see Markine Bhagavad Dharma, that song, Baro Kripa Koile Krishna Adhamero Prati Ilagiya Nilehetha Karo Ebe Goti. So Prabhupada's song is fully, like, if you read, fully depending on Krishna and how he was fully surrendered to Krishna. Nachao nachao Prabhu nachao se mate, Kasther putli jano nachao se mate. So Prabhupada was fully depending on Krishna and wanted to be used by Krishna. See, requesting Krishna, begging Krishna, Krishna, please use me for your service. Please use me to fulfill the mission of my spiritual master. So that is the perfect consciousness when one is fully situated in the mood of servant of the servant, and to be used by Krishna's will as Krishna wanted. So that is the position of a devotee. So that Prabhupada is writing here. Lord Shiva resumed his original form, unagitated condition. This is the position of a devotee. Devotee should not be unagitated under any circumstances, even in the host reverses. So Srila Prabhupada went to America and there was no facility, there is no manpower, no money, no place for staying, no success even. There is no success. But he was trying to serve his Guru and Krishna, his spiritual order of the spiritual master. So that is our duty. We may be successful or we may be failure. We should not be disturbed by that. Either success comes or failure comes. success may come, we should not be falsely proud, or failure comes, we should not be hopeless. We should we should perform our duty to follow the instruction of spiritual master. So we should give our best to satisfy them, and when it does that, then eventually Krishna gives us success. So Krishna wanted to purify us. Krishna wanted to bring us in our original position. So when Srila Prabhupada exhibited such surrender, then Lord gave success, and so many people, thousands of people, by Krishna's arrangement, they are searching for the spiritual alternative, and Srila Prabhupada gave them spiritual alternative, and they took up Krishna consciousness. And because Srila Prabhupada was very much fixed in the service of his Guru and Guru's mission and complete picture of Guru's vision, therefore Srila Prabhupada established very concrete form of preaching to the Western people in the form of ISKCON. So, and thus Krishna conscious movement was united and organized, and it was very much stable. So, and then further, after some years, Krishna consciousness movement spread all over the world under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. So it was a great success when Krishna consciousness movement spread a different part of the world. 108 temples. Srila Prabhupada wrote more than 80 volumes of books. There was he accepted her disciples. He initiated more than 10,000 devotees. There was many farm communities, Gurukul, international society, thousands of devotees, lot of wealth, money, fame. So in that situation, everybody when glorifying Srila Prabhupada, so the people asked the Swamiji, what is the secret of your success? Prabhupada was asked by the reporters that what is the secret of your success? Srila Prabhupada replied, what does Prabhupada reply? What does Prabhupada reply?
I have not changed anything.
Huh?
I have not changed anything. I have presented as it is.
কিছু শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
So I have not changed anything. I have present as it is, as my Guru Maharaj told.
So Srila Prabhupada says that I don't have any personal qualification. I have just tried to satisfy my spiritual master, and because I am trying to satisfy my spiritual master, he saw my endeavor and he sent all of you. And therefore this mission has expanded, and by speaking that, Srila Prabhupada start like crying. So another time the reporter asked that what is the secret of your success, Swamiji? Prabhupada said that I don't have any personal qualification. If anything I have done, that I have not changed anything. I have just presented as it is, and that is my qualification. So Srila Prabhupada gave the credit to his spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada gave the credit to his disciples. So thus Srila Prabhupada was free from false pride. Srila Prabhupada was so therefore the point is that success may not necessarily create pride. Success may not necessarily create pride. So pride created in the false ego platform. So when one is in false ego, when success comes, he become puffed up. But a pure devotee who is situated in the eternal servant platform is engaged in the service of Guru and Krishna. Guru's service to Guru is very important. Otherwise, if we directly serve Krishna and not being situated in the servant of Guru, then when success comes, we become proud. But when we serve Krishna through Krishna's representative, then we become trained. So Guru trained us how to become servant of Krishna. Understand? So that therefore it is very important to become devotee, we have to become disciple. To become devotee, we have to be disciple. So without being a disciple, we cannot become devotee. So this is very important. As more we become a good disciple, as more we become a good devotee. So one cannot become guru without being a disciple. So Srila Prabhupada, in both failure situation and success situation, both the situation he was humble. Both the situation he was servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he does everything, he did everything for his guru. The whole ISKCON movement which we are seeing now, it was Srila Prabhupada offering to his Guru Maharaj. It was his service, dedicated, humble service to his spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this is the qualification of a disciple. This is the qualification of a devotee, so that we are always understand that we are servant of the servant. We are servant of spiritual master, servant of the advanced devotee, servant of the devotees who are trying to satisfy the spiritual master. We should try to take association of those devotees who are in that principle, who are always absorbed in that principle of serving the spiritual masters, serving the spiritual master instruction. So that is the safest position of spiritual life. That is the safest position of the spiritual life, that we are fixed up in following the instruction of spiritual master and serving the mission of the spiritual master. If we try to find some other way, new way, then eventually we'll fall. So intellectual platform does not save us. So we may be intelligent materially, but if we are not situated in that devotional platform of a humble servant of spiritual master, we will face lot of spiritual difficulties. Our senses, our mind, our ego will always trouble us. So one may be intelligent materially, but that is, intelligent means passion. So Brahma was intelligent personified. He was in passion. So therefore he done so many mistakes. But when intelligence is purified, passion is purified, one becomes situated in goodness and becomes servant platform, spiritual platform, understand that I am not my mind, I am not my intelligence, I am sole servant of Krishna. And those who are situated in that platform, they are better than me. I am servant of them. I should respect those devotees. Many times intellectual devotees are not able to respect the simple devotees. Many times intellectual devotees are not able to respect the simple devotees because they think that, oh, I am very intelligent, and those who are intelligent devotees, they are better devotee. But it is not like that. So devotional platform is the application of the intelligent platform. Devotional platform is purified platform. Devotional platform is spiritual platform of our original position and Krishna's position and our relationship with Krishna. So the devotee uh, who is always in that situation of serving Krishna and serving a spiritual master. Uh, he may be materially not so advanced, materially not so qualified, but he's more stable in spiritual life. He's more advanced in spiritual life. He's more fixed up in spiritual life, uh, and therefore he is always satisfied. In other hand, a intelligent devotee, intellectual devotee, uh, maybe uh, maybe have some skill and some knowledge, uh, but because of intelligence, there is ego and pride and uh, ego and pride uh, and uh, not uh, not uh, not in the mood of of submission. Therefore there is lot of anartha. So false ego and false ego is the uh, 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 with material intellectual platform is the root cause of whimsical mind, and uh, and that whimsical mind and material intelligence does not allow him to surrender a pure devotee spiritual master, or not able to appreciate the simple instruction of spiritual master. uh, so uh, so that is the root cause of all other anarthas. So false pride, uh, false ego, it is the intellectual platform, passion. So so uh, so one is not able to submits naturally. So uh, so so therefore other anarthas does not go away. Lust, greed, anger, this will not go away unless one is free from false pride. So opposite of false pride is gratitude. So gratitude is the medicine of all anarthas. Humility and gratitude, gratefulness. So a simple devotee means not materially simple. Sometime 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 non-devotees may be very simple or humble. So this has to be based on a spiritual quality. So gratitude and simplicity, uh, humility and the uh, gratitude is the solution of all other anarthas. So here, for Lord Shiva, although he's the best among the demigods, although he was the husband of Maya, although he was the in charge of all material universes, but he was so humble and he was so simple. He never fight with the Supreme Lord that why you have bewildered me. So just happy to be defeated. When Srila Prabhupada went to his spiritual master first time and argued that who will take Krishna consciousness when India is not independent. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur powerfully spoke to him that Krishna consciousness movement cannot wait for some countries' independence and dependence. Real independence is independent from the cycle of birth and death, independent from the clutches of Maya. Till the time we are not fully surrendered to Krishna, we are slave of our senses. We are slave of some or other leaders or political leaders. So therefore, unless we become independent from the cycle of birth and death, from the clutches of Maya, we are always dependent. So, so therefore, uh, therefore, if there is no spiritual revolution, this material revolution of conquering or defeating one party, not going to change our situation. One has to bring spiritual revolution, and therefore preaching is necessary. It's very important that we bring revolution in our life and bring revolution in the society. So it's very important. That is called soldier. So soldier is dedicated for the mission of Guru, is ready to bring change in his life and ready to bring change and preach Krishna consciousness, give Krishna consciousness to others. So therefore Krishna consciousness movement cannot wait. That is the instruction of Lord Chaitanya. And when Srila Prabhupada heard it, he was very happy. He was very happy by the answer of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he accepted his defeat. He was happily accepted the defeat of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he said that I was the servant of Gandhi. I was follower of Gandhi, and I was freedom fighter. But from today, I became the follower of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So that Srila Prabhupada, when he was defeated, he was very happy. As Lord Shiva was defeated, he was very happy, because they were very, very simple in their heart. So therefore, this is the essence of a devotee. This is the essence of a devotee's consciousness, how a devotee should be. So, so if we also become like that, simple, grateful devotee, humble devotee, and being very happy that Krishna has given opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, what was my situation? I was rotting in the gutter of the material life. I was doing all kind of nonsense activity. I was in the same race of the demoniac race, as Prahlad Maharaj is praying to Lord Narasimhadev, that my dear Lord, I was same demoniac race as other demons. I was gliding down towards the hellish planet. But your pure devotee came and give this knowledge of being situated as your eternal servant, and because of him, I am standing in front of you. Because of him, I am practicing Krishna consciousness. Therefore, how can I give up? How can I neglect my service to my master? Tava Bhritta Seva. So that should be a consciousness of a devotee who is always humble, always grateful that I has been given this opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. And when we are that humble and grateful, then anartha may be there, but anartha will not be activated. Just like if there is a SIM card and you have inbuilt the SIM, but you have not done recharge, then SIM will not be activated. Similarly, when you have submit yourself, when you are very grateful of being a devotee and got the opportunity to become a eternal servant of Krishna and Krishna's servants. So that is the highest position. So one is very happy to get the opportunity of pure opportunity to become a pure devotee. So when one understand the characteristic of pure devotional service, that how pure devotional service is anna vilasita sunyam jnana karma annabritam anukullano krishnanu silanam bhakti uttama. So when one understand the characteristic of pure devotional service, and he appreciate that, and he become very grateful that I has been given this opportunity to practice that pure devotional service. And there is many pure devotees in our parampara. There is many pure devotees in front of us, like spiritual masters and many other devotees. Those are following their footsteps. One become very happy to getting that opportunity. So, uh, when one is in that platform, when one feel like that, then he may have some anarthas, but anartha will not grow. He may some anarthas, but anartha will not be activated. As more you practice Krishna consciousness seriously, anartha will be removed.
So I have
So,
to go now.
yes,
So I have to go for duty, Prabhu.
you have to go now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So the point I wanted to say that we have to be very sincere to follow the standard of the gross standard of devotional life, like following four regulative principles, Nisiddhachar, then Kutinati, finding fault, then Jivera Hingson, criticizing or or giving pain to other living entity. So we have to become free from the gross gross anarthas, and same time uh, we have to also focus on our uh, internal growth, and being a servant of spiritual master and becoming humble and grateful towards spiritual master, spiritual representative, authority, and Krishna, because of getting opportunity to practice spiritual life. So when we are on that stage and we are trying to progress in that direction, so anarthas goes away. We become free from false pride and false ego, and thus passion and ignorance goes down. So viddhate hridaya granthi chindante sarva samsaya kriyase chasya karmani dishtaya batman ishare. Viddhate hridaya granthi chindante तदा रजस्तमो भावा कामलोभा जयस्य चेतरितरनावृतं स्थितं सत्ये प्रसिद्धति. So one becomes situated in the servant platform. So we should always put our all endeavor and enthusiasm to become a good devotee. We should put our all endeavor to become a good devotee, fixed up devotee, exemplary devotee, and do something good for this mission of Srila Prabhupada. Even if we do something good for Srila Prabhupada, we should not be proud. We should not be proud that I have done this. We should be so happy that because of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, I am doing devotional service. This is my benefit. I came in Krishna consciousness. This is my benefit. It's not I have done something for ISKCON. ISKCON have done something for me. Srila Prabhupada have done something for me. We should be very, very grateful from our heart to Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON, and Guru Parampara, and thus remain in that fortunate platform. And we should not leave that fortunate platform. Srila Prabhupada says that you are chanting 16 down and following 4 regulative principles. You are almost like a liberated platform. If you just continue throughout your life, you'll go back to Godhead. But if you give up, again become the mouse. Punar Mushika Bhavo. So therefore, we have given us that great opportunity to be liberated and to become eternal servant of Krishna and servant of Krishna. So we should give our all endeavor to remain in safe in that platform. We should make a right plan for our future so that we remain devotee throughout our life. So and don't fall down from that devotee platform. Thank you very much for your kind attention and attending the classes. So I don't have any personal qualification. So I just spoke for my benefit. I just spoke as a service to both of you. So may Krishna, Srila Prabhupada inspire you to practice Krishna consciousness and remain become more strong in Krishna consciousness in your practice, very steady in Krishna consciousness and fearless to preach Krishna consciousness.